Back on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive here from the Stuff and Bus 34, and we're with the Connecticut Food Share, Olivia Rua, and thank you, Olivia, for coming on the show. And so I've been doing this for 10 years, and Ben's been doing this for 8 years. I know Fred, our engineer's been doing it for 34 years, but tell us how people, even throughout the 12-month period every year, can help Connecticut Food Share to restock the pantries, but also around the holidays and stuff like that, make these meals go a lot farther.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having me. So one of the big things is monetary donations. Our dollar, with our buying power that we have, can really go a lot. So $1, we can buy 2 meals worth of food, which really goes a long way for families. And, throughout the year, we're always looking for volunteers throughout the year at our various warehouses. We have warehouses in Wallingford, Bloomfield, Bridgeport. We could not do the work we do without our volunteers. And then events like this, right? Stuff a Bus. Right. Around the Thanksgiving season, coming out here, we'll take your frozen turkeys, your non-perishables, as well as that monetary donations as well, like I mentioned. But yeah, it's also important just to make sure that, the families here in Connecticut, in our state, have have a full plate at the holiday season, have, a meal to be able to share with their family. So yeah.
Not only, we do this around the holidays, and it's obviously gets into people's souls because this is the season to be giving. Mm-hmm. And obviously the need gets, magnified right now. But Dibs and I have been working with so many different organizations, really through, Hartford, our Hands on Hartford friends, our other food drives that we have done, the United Way. They constantly tell us about the summer. Yeah. And kids, and how important CT Food Share is for this state, for kids. Mm-hmm. Illustrate that, like just the need year-round, not just in the holiday season to make people feel good for the holidays, but there's a lot of kids that get home after school and have no idea what they're going to eat or when they're going to eat again.
Yeah, absolutely. You bring up a great point. Right now in Connecticut, it's about 1 in 6 children are hungry. So, not knowing where their next meal is coming from, 1 in 6, which is such a staggering number. And it's just continuing to get worse, right? Throughout the year, we have a great number of people in Connecticut experiencing food insecurity. So throughout the state, it's about 470,000 people experiencing food insecurity. So again, not knowing where their next meal is coming from. So it's not just around the holiday season. It's really a year-round thing. Experiencing hunger is a year-round thing. But yeah, so that's why we're so grateful for events like this, and people wanting to give around the holiday season is so important. But definitely a year-round thing, and especially in the summer, like you mentioned. Some kids are, relying on the meals at school, right. And then, we're not sure, what's happening when they're going home. So that's why it's so important to be able for, us to help our pantries fill their spaces so that neighbors across the state can go and visit those programs and get the food they need for their families.
Talking to Olivia Rua from Connecticut Food Share. Tell us about the staples, too, because we learned a lot about that, like peanut butter and things like that. What are some of the things, like if you were going to donate, you might have it at your house, your kids go out to college, they're not using something or whatever, and you want to bring it by one of the drop-off places. What are some of the things that people should know about some of the non-perishable stuff that you guys stock the shelves with?
Yeah, definitely. So, canned vegetables. I know there's different canned fruits products as well. Thanksgiving stuffing, right? Yep. Rice, beans, any of those, staples that, we're thinking about, that we cook all year round with. Like you mentioned, peanut butter, that's a huge one as well. But yeah, really, we'll take anything and give that to our partners. So then again, they can give that out to the neighbors in their community that are coming to their programs.
ctfoodshare.org is a website. Great website, too, by the way. It looks like it did just get revamped here recently.
It did just get revamped, Yep. So shout out to our team that worked really, really hard on that.
There's a bunch of places that you can go to donate with just a click of a button, but also it's a lot of information on how you can make a difference, become a volunteer, and help in a bunch of different ways. Again, ctfoodshare.org is the website. Now, Dibs is a little upset today. He went into Stop and Shop, and he bought 2 humongous turkeys that cost him $70. He dropped off, slam dunked the turkey's slider and a fastball. I think he threw it into the frozen truck, and then realized, why didn't I just give $70 to Food Share? Because that could have made more meals than just those.
Does that make
turkeys.
more sense?
Yeah. Well, we're happy to take the frozen
Right.
turkey.
You still did great, Dibs. You did
yeah,
great.
we're happy to take the non-perishables, any of those food items. But yeah, definitely, our buying power is more than me or you can do in the store. So $1 for us can get us 2 meals worth of food. So we're really able to take that dollar, take that $10, $20, and really stretch it a lot farther than what, like I said, myself or you can do in the grocery store, just because of that buying power we have.
All right, so we like to play little games here on this show, and we didn't know who we were going to talk to or what we were going to do. Dibs, I don't even know if you knew about this as well, but since it's Thanksgiving season, and this is
Ben
a
loves
sports
this
show, we kind of do this every year, but this is the Thanksgiving Big Board Draft. Now, we've asked a couple of people already what they would draft if they could have all their picks. Now,
First, ask Olivia if she knows what the pie for Connecticut is.
Where are you from, Olivia?
I'm from Prospect, Connecticut.
Prospect, Connecticut, New England area.
Yeah.
What would you think the pie of the New England is in the Thanksgiving, like the favorite pie of New England? What would you say?
Oh, of New England?
Yeah. We surveyed over 100 people and it came back, and this is the number one answer.
Pumpkin.
Wow. See, you got to cross that Pennsylvania border to get into the pumpkin territory. You are living in apple pie land. I don't know if you knew
A lot of apple orchards.
Yeah, there are.
Connecticut.
I left desserts off the big board because we could go all day between pumpkin pie, blueberry, and apple. But you're picking your Thanksgiving draft. You can only have 4 items. I've got turkey, ham, potatoes, corn, green bean casserole, stuffing, cranberry sauce. I had to make Nick put a cranberry sauce because I felt like you may have picked that, Dibs. Cornbread, mac and cheese, rolls, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower and carrots, or an other. Now, you got to make a plate, boys and girls. What would your plate be? Dibs, you want to start first? Show Olivia how this is done.
Well, you've been to my house. You know what I'm going to stuff on my plate. It's going to be turkey, potatoes, corn.
This is the hard part. Where are you going to go here?
I'm going to say probably the cauliflower and the carrots.
What? No one goes cauliflower and carrots. What are you, on some kind of Awaken 180
I
diet?
am on Awaken 180 diet. And, yes, my wife makes it with the oil and a little bit of pepper and stuff, and she throws it in the oven. So, yes.
You find out a lot about somebody's Thanksgiving draft board. All right, Olivia, let's find out about you. Where would you go? You can only do 4 items.
Okay. I would go turkey, stuffing.
Turkey and stuffing. Okay, those are 2. Okay.
Corn and cranberry sauce. Homemade
Cranberry sauce?
cranberry sauce.
Homemade cranberry
You're
sauce.
one of those
Very nice.
people?
Homemade cranberry
What
sauce.
do you put your cranberry sauce on? Your turkey?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
puts it
Yeah.
all over the plate.
Everything.
Homemade, though. Homemade. It's a lot better.
So you don't have the big can and you just plop it down for a second like it's got that
I don't
can
prefer
mold?
that.
No? How do we do homemade cranberry sauce?
My wife does it.
Yeah.
Does she?
She just bought a whole bunch of stuff.
A bunch
to
of
make it.
cranberries and we just smash them up?
Yeah.
Now,
Is that
my
how you do it?
brother is different because he was in the military, so he prefers the one out of the can.
Oh,
so
really?
Of
Yeah.
course.
We don't mind
Makes
my
him feel
brother
at home,
Christopher's
like a submarine.
Here, take the can. You're on a submarine. You're lucky you're getting this.
All right, you guys might think I'm weird, but I am ditching turkey. I am going with the ham.
Oh my God,
sir.
you're with my nieces and
I
nephews.
know, I can't wait.
So this year, we're
come
gonna fry
on.
a turkey, and my sister-in-law and her kids are bringing over ham because the kids don't want to eat turkey anymore.
Right.
So
I never
know.
was a big ham person.
I love the ham. I'll eat it
Now
all
remember,
day.
he's also an Indiana person
Right.
too.
This is
So
where you
this
know
is
I'm
where,
from.
Yeah, you might have a cornbread in there.
Now oh God, you read me like a book. I am putting potatoes
Well,
down. 'cause
10
I
years
can-
in North Carolina as well.
Cornbread. I did fall in love with some North Carolina cornbread. Sugar is the secret ingredient to cornbread. Sugar, believe it or not. Now, I am not going to go regular corn like you two. Corn for me is corn on the cob, and that's in the summer. That's not a Thanksgiving dish. Not in my household. I'm going to go other. I like a good shrimp cocktail on my Thanksgiving plate. I'm sorry,
Really?
man. Couple 4
I'm
or
going to
5
tell my wife we'll
prawns,
get you some, you weirdo.
big cocktail sauce dab. Right on top, next to my mashed potatoes. I don't like to mix. I like to have a good border wall in between my mashed potatoes and my everything else, basically.
I've
I don't
never
want anything
been one.
touching
Do
my
you
mashed-
separate all of your stuff on
Yeah,
your plate?
you separate your
Or do
food.
you mix it together?
I usually I do the mashed potatoes in the middle. It's kind of equal out the
Really?
weight.
What
and then,
are you?
And
Wow.
then,
You are the
What
biggest
nationality
try
are
it,
you?
Try it. I learned it in high school. My physics teacher taught us that.
So you put the
Yeah,
So
put
there's
the mashed
science
and it's like they're
behind this.
attacking the fort.
Put the mashed potatoes in the middle. It's easier on the plate, and then load everything else up around it.
I'm
Try
gonna
it this
try
Thanksgiving.
I will try it this
What a
Thanksgiving.
tip. What a
That is
tip.
a great tip.
All right,
Yeah.
what are we missing? What are things in the boxes that we haven't seen
Right.
a lot of that CT Food Share really needs some donations for? Turkeys look like we're doing good on turkeys.
Yeah,
man.
we're doing great on turkeys. Always happy to take more turkeys. And like I was saying earlier, those canned vegetables.
Canned vegetables.
Stuffing, cranberry sauce for the Thanksgiving season. Not so much Thanksgiving related, but those staples like rice, beans, peanut butters,
Stuff that will last.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff that's shelf stable, will last, and will help our families out in Connecticut.
And of course, money.
Yeah.
The money,
Yep.
you guys can
Yes.
stretch it better than us buying the
Yes,
stuff. and giving it to you.
absolutely, absolutely.
Olivia, do you have any sense of how many families you are serving at the moment in Connecticut with CT Food Share?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I am not quite sure on the number. We partner with over 600 programs across the state.
And that's just in Connecticut.
And that's just in Connecticut. So I can only imagine what that
Right.
actual number of families is. But like I mentioned, around 470,000 people in Connecticut are experiencing food insecurity. So that's why those programs are so
and
essential.
the one we deal with in Hartford, Hands on Hartford, went from 400 families during COVID to 1,000.
Yeah.
So they're at 1,000 now,
Yeah.
which is staggering to me.
Yep. And we're all seeing, inflation in the grocery stores,
Right.
right? So we can only imagine how tough it's getting for folks. So yeah, that's why those programs are so important, and that's why we're out here getting all the food to
Beautiful.
help those programs.
Olivia, God bless you and everybody at Connecticut Food Share.
Thank
what
you.
you guys do. It's
Thank you
awesome.
guys so much.